Alright, so we have Breeze. This is a game that I played competitive, just probably around platinum, diamond level. I know we got some gold stands over here, but this is diamond, plat. And in terms of like what we got for team comps, Viper on both sides, Reyna, pretty similar. 2 entry or initiators, and a chamber. And I'm playing Jett instead of another initiator. Alright, and we're on defense first. So I really like to play like duelists that are, you can like take these really off angles here. So I'm kind of like positioned right outside of a main. I just like playing these, get an easy pick, and then kind of back out here. This specific position I'm playing right here is kind of scuffed though. You can kind of see why. Alright, so I get tucked back in here. I get super lucky. Right there, I'm playing in a terrible spot. If that Sky would have just pushed out her flash like a little bit longer, I would have been blind. She would have got the notification blinded or whatever she says, and I would be dead. So I got super lucky there, and I was able to dash out with my life. Once this round's over, you can see why that's kind of like just a bad spot to be. Get lucky here. I was looking for the door push because we're not watching anyone mid. I get tagged by that. At this point, we just let them have sight. I'm going back here, and we're just kind of playing for retake. Alright, so I get the plant. Sova gets that pick on mid, lurking, so that's huge. So now we're just playing retake. Get the pick on the chamber. We know that someone is behind Cinder there.
1 enemy remaining.
And, you know, I just get the defuse here. So we get that round. So, like, what I was talking about in that last round here, I was playing right here. And like I said, I like to play these off angles, especially in, like, pistol round, where I can get the initial pick of someone coming in, and then I can, you know, get out back into my team. I do this with, like, Reyna, I do this with Jett a lot. The problem with this this position right here, is one, I knew they had flashes, right? And they also had a fade. So if fade were to dog out and hit me right here, and then I tried to dash, which you kind of saw in that clip, I dash into Cinder here. And I also got super lucky is because that Sky flashed, and she didn't flash far enough, and it just hit this wall here, and then it hit me, and I was able to kill her. I think like a better spot to play, and I kind of started doing this after, is to play right here instead for that off angle. That way, if Sky flashes out, and normally it's going to be like a flash can go right here, whether it's Phoenix, KO, it's going to flash these areas. So if I'm playing here, I can avoid those flashes. Same with like a Prowler coming out or anything like that, or a Sky Dog, and that allows them to get outside. They get a little bit more space, but I also am a lot safer right here to be able to get these picks. I can also push in. Generally, they cleared this angle first before they cleared this left side. So I can get a pick here and then dash out or fade out or dismiss out, depending on whoever I'm playing. So I think playing here is a better spot than playing here if you're going to do an off angle. So that was that round. Got the win. Let's go into the next one.
Flawless.
Alright, so I'm playing, this is round 3, we're playing rifles here, looks like. I don't know if they won the last one, I can't remember. I'm just holding this angle here. I usually really like to play here, especially if the fade wall goes up, and I'll just spam this. And you'd be surprised how many kills you can get by just like spraying a tap, just tapping it. They'll walk into this 5 out of 10 times. You can get like a cheesy pick here when the Viper wall goes up. My team's like super heavy stacked A. Maybe we did that because they've gone A every time. We see 2 pings mid, so we know 2 people are mid there. I'm sitting here just kind of making sure no one's pushing A. Kind of check mid here. Pretty aware that my A is exposed. I think at this point, we just know they are coming B. So I lurk mid, kind of clear these angles out, make sure no one's just sitting there waiting for me to peek out. Get it, sure enough, no one's there. At this point, we know they're committing B. Oh. And and get here, get that pick. Kind of missed some shot, that's fine. Activate dash, and here at this point, I know that fade is elbow, and I know that we have spike down mid. So one's unknown. I know fade's elbow. I'm calming this to my team. I'm trying to get the wrap up from them going back out this way. Don't know where chamber is. I kind of cut noise here. Still thinking fade's here. And I get super lucky here. Chamber had his knife out. He's trying to rotate. And then the Sova gets to fade and elbow. So pretty good round there, I think. I feel like not much more different I could do. Maybe y'all had something else that would work better if I did it instead. But I don't know. I think that was pretty good. I think the one thing I could have done different on here is how I left A. Because I started here and I kind of like slowly came around mid. This whole time I was like pretty exposed from being attacked from this angle here. So maybe I tell Viper to put her wall up because she had it down just to allow me to safely get out into mid. Here, timing was pretty good. They came out. I threw a smoke down, get that blind kill, dash out, waiting for the fade to wrap back out at elbow, and get the chamber pick, and we get that round pretty easy. So that one was pretty good, I think. Again, if y'all have any comments on what I could have done different, or if you would have done something different yourself, just let me know. This is what is this? This is round 3. Alright, so we get the win on that one, so let's go to this next one here. I'm pretty sure this next one is one I screwed up on.
Let's play.
Alright, so we're now in round 6. We're up to, we have the chamber ult. I use my ult just to save some funds here. I honestly think this might be a bad angle here. I know the chamber's ulting, and I decide to hold this window. If he decides to just swing this and tap me, you know, I'm dead. So I don't know if this is actually a good spot knowing that chamber's ulting here. I am jiggle peeking it. Sova darts here, which lets me know that at least for right now, as long as that's up, there's no one window, so I'm holding down angle here. Sky throws her bird, she doesn't get a bind notification, and she throws dog. So what I do here is I knew that the dog saw me up on that step there. Also, the dog cleared left or right. My left, their right. What I really like to do when it's like a Sova dart or a Sova drone or a prowler or a sky dog, after they clear corner, I really, if I have time and able to, go to that corner that they just cleared. They never expect it. They're just assuming that no one's there because they cleared the dog. If you time it right, you can generally get a good, nice pick there. So that's what I'm doing here. I know the dog saw me. I'm rotating left, trying to get right here to get the sky. Now I know she has a Marshall. She's in main. And I decided to peek it slowly. I think this is a mistake here. I get that kill there. Right there, I kind of whiffed some shots. I had knives up, and I know she has a Marshall. I think the reason maybe I didn't run at her and try to get super aggressive in that is I didn't know who else was there. Weird. It's weird for a Sky to just make noise on B and lurk like that. She had did it earlier in the rounds, but that's why I didn't like just jump at her. Also, when you're fighting with someone from Marshall, I notice is like when they're jiggle peeking like that, they tend to hit their shots. So don't try to like play that jiggle peek game. Just like force the body shot and get the trade there. And I smoke out. At this point, my team calmed me that they're going A. For whatever reason, that guy just lurked hella B. It was weird. So anyway, coming up here, I'm calming to my team. Hey, I'm 49, I have knives. I'm just gonna updraft, trade me out. With all my knives because I suck. But my team trades that, land on an op. So this is where things get dicey here. So we know one is main, and we know this Reyna is now doors. Right about now, after she kills this Sova here. Right? So I'm playing here. Viper has defuse, but she's kind of exposed to doors, and this wall's up here. I decide to kind of hold this angle and just Reyna, while this wall's up, I get flashed out, I drop back down to yellow, and I continue holding this angle. This is where I mess up. If you hear, you can actually hear her running. Apparently, I did not hear her running at all, and I just continue to hold this angle like a noggin. So I hold this angle. I'm still holding this angle after Viper kills this Reyna. It takes me forever to realize that that happened. I come over here, I see this chamber, I'm holding this angle here. He kills my Viper, I whiff a shot, and I die. All of that was just a mess. I mean, like, first off, I took too long to kill this guy. I felt like this play here, you know, rotating down to the dog and getting this guy killed and dies wasn't bad. But coming up here, I communicate my team. I get the updraft off this bridge, right? And I whiff all my things on Viper, but she gets killed. I had to land on the op. Everything actually looks pretty good at this point. Where I screw up is just not really paying attention to map awareness. Not helping my Viper. Like, I'm way over here on yellow and my Viper is over here defusing a bomb. I have no way to help her really. Like, and I'm not listening to this Reyna. She just walks over, runs over to the Viper. Viper clutches it up and kills her, but I have no help here on main, and I totally threw that round. So that one was on me. Just map awareness, I think, would have fixed that. Hitting my shots would have fixed that. A lot of things I could have done different there. So that was clip number 3 or 4. All right, on to the next one here. Okay, so now we are, this is just the very next round. Looks like it's 3-3. I think my team just got traded out. I just kind of started at this part. I knew someone's here. Sky had recently just killed somebody, so I'm trying to peek out. I get that pick, which is good.
Spike planted.
And this is where I screw up. So I played this clip because look how much time I'm just like wasting here. I'm just like flailing around pointlessly. I see that this Reyna is nest, so I try to come up here and kill her. The chamber gets her for me. But then I'm just like slow walking. Both the chamber and I are slow walking. Why are we both slow walking when Bike is planted and we know she's on site? I guess it's just we don't have time here to be slow walking and taking all this time to kind of enter. The Viper even comes here is like, hey, you gotta hurry up. I try to throw a smoke down to bark this mid here. Honestly, the Fade ults us, which is pretty big for a 1v2. Gets a kill on chamber. I'm totally blind. They call that she's box. I'm thinking this box, but they meant this here. And we just lose the round. So that was a really, like a very easily won round if I didn't take years to rotate. So in that point right there, you know, I get the pick off of tunnels here on the Sky. And then I screw around a whole bunch, just like do a whole bunch of dancing or whatever. I don't know what the hell I'm doing at that point. And then I finally come right here. I do slow walk here because I know the Reyna's here. But after this Reyna gets picked, there's no reason for me to really slow walk, right? The spike is probably planted default as normally would be. So there's no, Fade probably didn't run all the way over here to hold this angle. Even if she did, me running and giving info for my chamber would have been a lot better than me just like slow walking here and him slow walking here. Like both of us slow walking doesn't really help. I think if we communicate and only says, hey, one of us needs to run, probably me because I'm the first away. And this will at least give us location for the Fade and maybe get to trade on it. We did get an ult out of her. I think she played that really well, ulting us both and then just getting the round. So I just took too long to rotate there. That's a prime problem. When to slow walk, when not to slow walk.
Wind.
All right, so that was clip 4 or something. All right, so what do we have going on here? We're 4-4 now. Reyna gets a pick on the Sova mid as soon as the round starts. And we also know Fade is probably somewhere around mid because of the little, I don't know what the hell that thing's called. The little thingy thing. Anyway, at this point, I learned my lesson from the last round, I think, and I start rotating a lot quicker. All right, so the flash comes from mid. It doesn't hit me. He gets a pick on the Fade. I'm looking on the map. I know Chamber's there. Acting my thing. Look here to make sure I don't get traded from the Sky. Here, I thought, I don't know what I was doing here. This is just really bad positioning, honestly. I know the chamber's here. We have nowhere to disguise. This is really sketchy for me to just run up this. I honestly thought I could run on top of this and look down, but I think you have to updraft to get up on that. So this is just all bad. I don't know what I was doing. So I realized this is dumb. Chamber scares the shit out of me. He was trying to shoot through the wall.
One enemy remaining.
Get that pick. We have spike down. So this is a super easily winnable round. No reason I should lose this, right? Right?
Spike down mid.
So I hear her running. I see her. And I hold this angle. And I'm like, okay, this is GG's easy. I got this. Whiff. Instantly head clapped. And chamber has op. Should be able to win this. Whiffs. And we lose the round. So why did I lose that round? Well, one, I played it pretty well up to here. I come out. We know the chamber's mid. I kind of screw around coming up on this thing, and that was just a waste. I don't know what I was doing. That was kind of pointless. But just dismissing all of that, I come out here, and I get this chamber pick. Because chamber knows that someone's in nest, so he probably has his crosshairs placed up there, which is assuming what he did. He knows I'm also down here, because I just drafted over here, got the sight on him. I ego challenge him, and I just outshoot him, and I get the kill there. The problem that I do afterwards is I stay in the same spot that I just killed somebody. So this guy has to get bombed. She knows at least one of our positions, me, because I just killed this person. And I stayed in the same spot. If I were to have done anything like even just jump on this box, come over here, jump on one of these boxes, just get something to throw off her crosshair placement, I could have got that win. But instead, since I stood there, she knew I was there and just swung out and one-tapped me because her crosshairs was already on that spot. For the chamber whiffing, you know, that happens to the best of us. But that's why you can't really always rely on your team. You just got to do what you can to, you know, get better. So easily, super easy round to win there. All right, so we're 9-7. I skipped a whole bunch of rounds because I think we actually went down for a while, and then the Reyna AFK'd on their team, and I felt like those weren't really useful to watch. We were able to come back up after she left, but this is the first round she's back. At this point, I am walking up hall, and we're on attack. Okay, took me a second to realize what I'm doing. So I probably updrafted in the hall, looks like, to get a quick push up there, and now I'm walking up it. Knife out just to make time. Right now I'm just waiting for timing kind of stuff. Huge kill by my Viper. Now I'm just running up because they know we're here. Dash smoke here so I can clear that aside. What I do there is I just draft through, clearing that bridge and down by nest for my Viper. I'm just like, you can kind of quickly see me like turn back and forth really quick. And then I'm coming down here because we made a little bunch of noise on A. We know at least Fade is A. So I'm looking to get that pick on the rotate. I see Fade and Nest now. When I said at least we know Viper's A, that was my mistake. So I saw her
Enemy remaining.
mid. At this point, I start sprinting on this. In my head, I could have sworn Viper was on A. And I was like, okay, she has to be A, right? That's where she had her setup at. She was A. That's the last place she was seen. But my chamber or somebody comms to me, tunnels or B main. They say flank. That's what it is. They say flank. So he's calming flank, which is B flank, right? Not where I'm at. Not CT, they call flank. And so I'm like, okay, so he's now over here. I just immediately trust my teammate and see what happens. Kill me from A. Or up in nest or from wherever. The whole point though is if you have a gut feeling about something, just trust your gut. You know, your teammates try their best, but there's a lot of times where just trusting your gut's probably gonna pay off better than trusting your teammates call out. You know, just if you know that feel like they're not B main, then you know, just trust your gut. I don't really think I have anything to draw on here, right? I mean, we came up on hall, just kind of remap. Me and Viper came up hall. She got to pick here. I smoked this off here. I dashed through, clearing left and right, looking for the rotate. Get the fade rotating, listen to my team, and I'm not able to get the Viper rotating either up here from up here. But it's fine because at least we know where she's at. She's either going to come from CT or tunnel. So, good round. Got the win there. All right, and oh, this is just finishing it off, I guess. Just to kind of prove that, you know, they're able to get her location from my def, and they're able to kind of clutch up the round here. Watching tunnel, watching CT. There's no way she's gonna have time to make it all the way to the flank. Yeah, so it worked out really well there. All right, so now we are 10-7. So I think I put this clip in because we start just throwing rounds here. We have 5 ults. We're up a person initially to start. Chamber gets a huge pick on Viper, so they have no controller. So we should be able to get this round easy. I have knives up. I go in. Rain does a great job clearing. This is where I mess up. Why? Why would I come up here with knives? It just doesn't really make sense. It makes sense to maybe updraft initially, maybe just to clear up and kind of get some visualization on the site. But no really good reason for me to, you know, do all this. We have Spike, we have a Viper ult. Should just be playing post plan. We're up a person. There's no reason for me to be running at him, especially when I'm whiffing knives like that. Just whiffing them. Here, whiff. Just nothing but whiffs. Getting whiffs. Here, we know that at least one is mid. Reyna's popping off. Their Reyna kills her Sova. I am at 49 health, so I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go in and see if I can at least get a trade or something. So I know she's dismissing. Give me some time to get that kill there. And then I run out. Somehow make it out of that. That's actually a really good value of my life. I don't have a gun. I don't have any armor. I think it's okay to get reckless and try to get a free kill like that when you are, you know, don't really have any other value. I don't have a gun, so I can't really hold an angle. Getting some damage, getting some info there, I think is a lot more valuable than just like trying to hold this angle and play it safe. So at this point, we know Fade has ult. Our Viper's ulted up. I think I'm coming over here to get the gun, just for eco reasons. For whatever reason, no one's watching doors. I think that's fine, actually. Reason being is no reason to hold angle, especially our Viper who has her ult up. Just like watch bomb, right? You shouldn't be peeking. You shouldn't be like trying to take gunfights when you have a post plant situation. I try to risk it to get a rifle. Killing me isn't that big of a deal. Honestly, just gives them info. And our Viper's able to get the clean kill. Kind of almost whiffed, but it's okay. So on that one again, like I was saying, we get the huge pick from the chamber on doors. We just like kind of take over site. Rain does a great job entry fragging. I have knives up. I get right here to kind of get some info, and then I updraft again over pyramid. Miss all of my knives on bridge. The good thing about that is I did get info, so maybe having that aggressive push is okay. I still think it'd been better for me to play a post plat position rather than getting aggro and just whiffing all of my knives. Maybe instead of doing all that crazy stuff, maybe just coming down here and playing an off angle right here with my knives is better than wasting them and trying to get like a crazy pick. But after that, we had the post plant. Their Reyna starts to pop off. Me having 49 health and no guns, come down here, and then I just like aggro push to dismiss and get 2 right click cheeky kills, and somehow don't get killed by that Fade. I don't know what she was doing to whiff on me so hard. So just kind of pushing Reyna's off of dismiss is, you know, can be a really good thing to do. especially if you're just looking for a cheeky trade like that. So overall, it was okay round. Could have played it better.
Teleport's ready.
All right, next one here. So 11-7. I think this is the very next round. Reyna gang gets a huge pick. I dash in, clear left. We have sight. We have plant. Everything looks good. And then I decide to do this again. I didn't get punished hard enough last time for playing post plant. And I just get opt. And that's the end of that. I just get opt. Apparently I didn't I cut that part, but long story short, I jump on that thing and I get opt. Terrible play. And it kind of leads to them gaining momentum. You know, on that we have sight. Instead of getting all crazy with it like this, I did a great job entering, making space for my team. We cleared a whole site. Just play post plant, right? You always have to think that there's going to be, you know, peeker's advantage. Holding an angle where they can't just wide swing in and op you or head tap you is always going to be beneficial. So a better place for him to play instead of up on this bring to get immediately opt right here would be, you know, we have spike down here. I can play, you know, this play right here. I don't even have to peek. I can literally just stand there and just hold them angle for them to wide swing it here. I can move all the way here and hold this angle like further back so they can't see me from doors. I can hide behind Cinder here. I can play back in tunnel. You know, there's a lot of really good post plant positions you can play that aren't just going to get you initially head tapped or opt. Don't plant a bomb and then hold an angle that's they can just wide swing and hit you. Just remember, peeker advantage is a thing. You'll die a lot to it. I die a lot to it. So I think that's what I could have done better. But, you know, if someone disagrees, definitely let me know. All right, so we move on to the next one here. I think we skip pretty far forward in time. You kind of hear the op in that. So we're 12-12. We let the team come back, and I know exactly what it was. Is because of we're getting sight, and then we're all just like ego peeking and like looking for kills rather than playing post plant, me included. So we're 12-12 here. Chamber asked me to hold his window for him. He's trying to get a cheeky op in main here, whatever that little area is called, where they come through right here. If you look at the map, that's where he's trying to look for an op kill, which I respect. So I'm holding the window for him, jiggle peeking it just so I don't get just swung and tap. Whenever you're holding angle, just jiggle peek. Clears it, TP's out, still holding it so he's safe after the TP. But it doesn't look like there's anybody there. So I see the Reyna here. I'm anchoring a little bit B. At this point, Viper says they're committed. Still anchoring a little bit just because I know that Sky likes to lurk. Now I'm pushing through. Clearing my angles here. Starting to get a little bit faster. I see two on site. I know all three are there. So I know all three are on site. I have my E up. And we should be playing retake, right? 4v3, easily winnable. So let's see what kind of happens here. All right, get back here with my team. I don't want them to come out here and not be able to trade me. Because if I'm like standing up here by doors and they peek out through the Viper wall, they can kill me and not going to be in a position to get traded. So at this point, I'm playing right here. My team is just getting, honestly, just getting smacked. So we're kind of in a crappy position here. I flick left because someone just got killed. I know someone's right by the bomb behind pyramid, and the Sky is pushing me like so. I get super lucky here. The Sky whiffs. Chamber gets to trade right there on pyramid. Unlucky spray to the chamber and hits our chamber. So this is a clutch situation. Super sketched to see if I am able to get the defuse here or not. All right, so I hit the defuse once, and a big thing that I do when playing spike like this is when you hit the defuse, if you're faking, don't just stand on the spike. If you just stand on the spike, they can just jiggle peek you if they're crosshair out. They know exactly where you would be. Just don't stand on spike if you're faking defuse. So I hit the defuse and I quickly run up somewhere where his crosshair won't be. Wait for the spike, peeks out. Now he's just trying to play time, which I know he's doing. So I know either have to commit to killing him or commit to spike. So right now I'm choosing to commit to try to kill him, do a couple pre-sprays. Now he's so far backed up that if I continue to chase him, he's going to easily just head tap me, or he's going to keep running and Spike's going to defuse before I can get it. So at this point, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to focus on Spike. So I come back here and I like at least get half. I'm playing half because I'm assuming, just basically gambling on the fact that he's far enough back because he's waiting for me to push him, that he got all the way back into wherever this area is called. I don't know, or this sandy beach area. And he's waiting for me. He went all the way back there because he's waiting for me to come out so he can kill me. So I run back instead and get the half defuse. I am able to get the half defuse because he inks an initial fake. Now here's the really important part. I get the half defuse and look where I go. I move off Spike. And look where this Chamber's crosshair is going to be when he swings around that corner. He is looking down. And kind of see it right there. He's just like, see if we can pause it on it. Oh my gosh, terrible at pausing. All right, so you look, see it right there. He has his crosshairs pointed down at the bomb. So if I were to fake defused and then just stood on the bomb, or not even faked, but halved and let go and stood on the bomb, he would have been able to kill me. But because I just changed positions, even if it was just a couple side steps to the left or right, I am able to get the kill on him because of where his crosshair placement is. And I get a huge clutch defuse. See, at that point, I think that was really well played. If any of you all think it could have been played differently, or you have like a suggestion, love to hear it. But I honestly think that was probably as good as I could play it in my skill level. All right, so now we are 13-12. I'm 16-17. Had a lot of bad rounds in the middle there, but I got that huge clutch there, and got us into 13-12 for game point. At this point, our Viper kind of took role as IGL, which is great. Did a great job playing it. They're really confident. If you have someone on your team who's doing well and they want to take the IGL, honestly, just let them do it. It's better to have a little bit of coordination than no coordination. And if someone wants to call the shots and they are confident doing it, go ahead and just follow their lead. I don't think there's anything bad about doing that. All right, so we're just talking about, I'm telling them I'm just going to throw a smoke down and dash on site. We're also talking about current behavior patterns. So you hadn't seen it, but what their Reyna really likes to do is she does an aggressive push up into here. Pretty much every round she's done it, she's been able to get some picks doing it. So at this point, we're all just waiting for it. So you can see it easily. We all comment, we wait for it, we learn from the whole, 25 rounds. And sure enough, there she is. Get the easy pick. And now we're just running site. We said, let's just entry. I hit my smokes down, I dash, I clear left and right. We get the kill there. Come up, giving space to my team, get the kill for Great Viper thing. Here I do updraft to kind of like check to see what's behind the wall. So that's all I'm doing there. I'm not looking to get any kills. I'm just moving my mouse, flicking it around really fast while updrafting to see if we can get any pings on the map. It's a high risk thing. Generally people aren't going to be like flicking up that fast, especially if you're like turning and they're not going to be able to kill you super easily. But I was able to see that there was no one, there. So at this point, we finally learned from our mistake after playing 25 rounds. We're all calming to each other. Don't overheat. Let's not let's play post spam. And the Viper actually is calming that. She does a great job saying that. So we finally decide, hey, let's actually play post plant. And we get info. We know they're both McDonald's here.
One enemy remaining.
Now we have one. Easy win as long as we don't throw. Just jiggle peeking, just doing some sprays, see if she double peeks into it. Just jiggle peek, and get the kill. And I clipped it out, but got a nice little cheeky kill on the Viper, and we get the W there. So this is just to kind of look at the elo here. So this was like a pretty much plat heavy lobby. Finished 18 and 17. Had some pretty good rounds. It was all right. Felt like I could have played it a lot better. Kind of walked away from it, from the, post plant stuff, making sure you're not doing dumb positionings and fast rotations. But anyway, I hoped that maybe y'all could get something from the video. If you think that you can do it better, definitely let me know how. If you can do it better, how would you do it? And just leave a like, comment if you think you're better than me. Tell me why. Tell me what you would have done different on some of those rounds. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.